And we are live. We are live. Welcome to another edition of Red Cup Rants. I'm your host, Dre. And I got two new faces, but they're not really new. I got my BFF is back. She made it back. My BFF LD, and down there at the bottom, her husband, the homie, the MVP. Boom. What's going on? How y'all doing?
I'm gravy, baby. I'm
I
happy,
know.
excited to be here.
I know. Long time, right? It's been a minute. Take it back to
It
BFF
feels like
Sports.
forever.
I
Yeah, it
know.
feels like forever.
Feel like another episode of BFF Sports.
Yes.
The old times, the old times. How
Old
y'all doing?
times.
Old times, old times. So how y'all holding up? How y'all doing out there?
Not shabby.
Yeah. Ain't nothing going on here. I'm just watching me some basketball. I'm glad it's back. Uh, the storm supposedly was supposed to pass, but it did hit us, so everything's good on this side. How y'all doing over there in Texas? How's everything over there?
Hot. Hot. There's nothing going on but heat.
Right, right. But yeah, I mean everything else is good, man. But we go ahead and jump into these topics that we got going on. There's a lot of stuff to talk about. A lot of stuff to talk
Let me
about.
tell
So
Samuel White right now. Mike is not on right now. I just want to send out condolences to Mike, and Mike, you're in our thoughts and prayers. And I am Mike, so I'm gonna do my best impression of Mike. Yell at people, tell them to shut up, tell them that they're stupid. I'm gonna do it every
whatever,
but
whatever Mike normally does, we're gonna try to replicate that on the show. We're gonna try to. Definitely are gonna try
yes,
to.
I'm gonna try because I'm like Mike does it so well, so I need to be. I wanna be like Mike.
Sometimes I dream that he is me. I know he up there
Exactly.
talking about what the hell y'all talking about. But I know he's watching, man. But Mike, take care of yourself, man. We gonna hold it down until you get better, man. But with that being said, shout out to everybody that's checking in. Brian, Nikki, everybody. How y'all doing out there? Appreciate y'all checking in with us and kicking it with us for a little bit. But we're gonna jump into these topics. The big one is coming out the NFL. NFL players opting out. Me and my BFF was talking about this a couple hours ago, and we found out that the NFL said if you decide to opt out, you have to pay that money back. So, but I did hear that a lot of big names are deciding that they might opt out. Uh, I heard it might be Mahomes, it might be Jackson, Christian McCaffrey, Aaron Rodgers. It might just be a rumor to stir the fire, but
Wasn't Aaron Donald on it?
yeah, Aaron Donald as well. So all I'm saying is if those players opt out, just cancel the season. Cancel the season. I don't know if it's true or not because the internet we are made to believe everything they say. But how do you guys feel about these players opting out? I know the COVID is serious, and I said there shouldn't be a season. So what are your thoughts on this? Should these players should it even be a season, or is it an overreaction?
I think there shouldn't be a season. What OBJ said, his last couple comments from what was a show a couple weeks ago, and he feels like they're just being treated as money. I agree with it. Wholeheartedly agree with it because of the fact that we want them to play. Don't get us wrong, but at the same time, we don't want them to get sick. So you're sitting here like, what to do, what to do. And I think there shouldn't be.
I don't think so. Boom, what you think?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. So there should be no season. They should cancel it. Let this go by. Let the pandemic pass. But besides that, players, I understand why they're doing it. They're doing it for their player, their own safety, their family safety, and whatnot. But the money that they're getting to opt out should not be coming from NFL as a whole. It should be coming from their contracts, so they don't have to pay it back. Because now, if a player opts out and gets that money, and they're a rookie who just got drafted, they haven't even officially made the team.
Hmm.
Now, next going see next season, let's say they don't make the team. Now, how is he supposed to afford to pay back $150,000 or $200,000, whatever, however much they get? That just puts more burden on the players. So for those players that don't have a place on the team and they're getting that money,
Yeah.
maybe the NFL should be like, all right, look, I know you haven't made the team. Here's the money. Keep it. Don't worry about it. You don't have to pay us back. But the players that are on the team on the 53-man roster, they should be getting the money out of their contract, not the NFL, and no repayment on that as well, because that's coming from the contract. I understand contract is based on performance, this that, but hey, if you want a repayment, they can take whatever money they were going to get, whatever they got the whole season, chop off that 150 or 200,000, whatever they got, so they don't have to worry about paying back. They earned it. They can afford to pay it. They can chop it off from on their check.
Mm-hmm.
So right now, with all these players opting out, either cancel the whole team, the season, or if they're not going to cancel the season, we're going to watch football with the replacements,
Yeah. Yeah.
and who knows how that's going to go.
Yeah. And I think I was reading the Raiders said they're gonna play their games with no crowd. So, and I think the Falcons said they're gonna only limit to 10,000 fans. So, as much as as a fan, I would love to see football. I think this is probably the best option is not to have a season. I mean, a lot of these key players are opting out. The Patriots had like 9 or 10 people said they're not gonna play. Uh, but I know the NFL's trying hard because it all comes down to the bottom line and how much they're gonna lose because they'll probably lose close to probably $1-2 billion if no seasons played.
Yeah, because I read that from one owner, just one owner of a team said they were going to lose about 50 million
Hmm.
just by him, just his team alone. And you
Yeah.
hear that and you're like, Jesus. So could you imagine, like everybody losing that much, like how much this is going to be? Um, but I don't think, I agree with these comments. I'm seeing Samuel White putting a lot of these guys just had kids, also got family at risk, and that's why Godwin didn't isn't coming. He opted out. Godwin just opted out because his wife had 3 miscarriages, and this was their miracle baby. The daughter they just had was their miracle baby. So I understand completely why he opted out. Alan Hearns was the new latest Miami. He's a Miami Dolphin that opted out. Dallas Cowboys, Woozier, fullback, just opted out.
Yeah, and they said
Um,
with the Falcons, they said Todd Gurley's debating if he's gonna play this season. So it's affecting the whole
Owuzie
league
or
right now.
Olawale?
no, I'm sorry, Ola Wally. Yeah, my bad.
Yeah.
Thank
So
you.
it's affecting everybody right now because everybody wants to be safe. There's no grip on this virus as a whole. So you got these guys that they're having new they're having these children and they're newly married or they have relatives that are, you know, their immune system is not that great. It's a lot to think about.
Yeah.
And these fans talk about, oh, they're just selfish. I mean, think about it. I mean, if you was put in that situation where you had a chance to either not go to work and get a stipend or, just sit at home, I mean, what would you do? Me
My
personally,
husband,
I would sit at home. Yeah, I know I would miss playing the game I love, but my family comes first.
that one below, just he already told y'all, like I think earlier this year. He said if they would have made him physically go back to work in there, he would have told him no, due to the fact that my autoimmune disease um is down. I have a weakened autoimmune disease because of, and it's my autoimmune disease and my medication. It's two things attacking my system. So that's what really 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 affects me, and I'm glad that my husband thought would think of me, and if that case happens. But yeah, I agree with this. That's what we were talking about. It's a contact sport. It will get worse. COVID leaves lingering effects. You hear about these people that can't breathe right correctly because of the damage that it's doing to the lungs. Um, and that brings up, we're kind of, shifting, and I want to put this on. We're kind of shifting. Will the NFL suffer the same fate as MLB?
Right now the MLB is, can we say clusterfuck on the air? Because that's definitely what the MLB is. It definitely is. I mean, I don't know how many games they canceled. I'm a rag on my BFF's team because they wanted to take a casino trip. Now half their team
Actually,
got the COVID.
now the owner's saying that they didn't go. So I don't know. The owner, DeWitt, came out yesterday saying they did not go to the casino. I don't know where they went,
I don't
but the
know either, but
casino.
all I know is that was it 6 or 7 players came back, including your beloved Melina, Yadier Molina.
I got his shirt on. But yeah, my Yachty has it. It's 13 in all. 7 players, 6 coaches have the virus.
Hmm.
It hurt. Out of everybody, I was hoping it wasn't going to be my Yachty. Um, but of course it did. Yeah, it's sad times. Sad times.
Yeah,
But I don't think they thought this through.
I think they rushed it. They really did because, like I said, the money is the bottom line with any major sport. I gotta give
The-
kudos to the NBA and the NHL for at least monitoring enough to where we can have some kind of sports because the way the MLB is going and the NFL is going right now, I won't be surprised that if the MLB says just let's just kill it. I know the commissioner said that he's trying to keep it going, but the way it's gone with the postponements and the cancellation of games, I don't see him making it to 60. I really don't. I don't.
And
no,
I
the
was
with basketball, they did. I think that's the only sport they did right. They
Hmm.
got every team that's involved in the regular season and the playoff hunt under one roof and controlling everywhere where they can go or where they cannot go. They're all on
Hmm.
campus. They can't go anywhere. With football and baseball, you got so many teams spread out in so many different cities. You can't control nobody. And then now you want teams to travel to these other cities and play baseball? No, it ain't gonna happen. Baseball NBA is the only sport that did right. They got
NHL,
everyone.
Yeah,
NHL
hockey
too.
too.
And
Yeah, hockey
Both of
too.
the
them, yeah.
hockey doing the same thing. They got
Mhm.
everyone,
Yeah,
all the teams under one roof and
Yep.
playing.
yeah,
Yeah, so
yeah.
hockey and NBA, they only sport that did it right. They got everyone under one roof. And with football, with having a 53-man roster, you can't do that. You would need the whole state You would have to evacuate everyone from the state and put nothing but that sport there. And that's not going to happen.
Well, I
Hmm.
know. I was talking to Brian. Shout out to Brian Jones because I know he's listening. We talked about it, and he stated that MLS did not get it all right, Samuel White, because MLS did lose to a couple teams beforehand. Dallas and I think in Nashville, they both opted out because they had multiple cases. So they didn't get it all the way right, but hockey and the NBA and the WNBA got it right. They probably the ML, the I mean, soccer's probably getting it right now, but it took a minute. Back to my conversation with Brian, he was telling me that the Saints organization has like the hotel the right next to the hotel, right next to the stadium, 8 floors, all them, and they can go to the game, practice, and back. They can't do nothing else. If they go out of town, let's just say they play Tampa Bay at 4:25, they'll leave probably that morning, go to the game, take a shower, and then fly back home. They're not they're not staying the night. That's the Saints plan. I think it actually could work, but at the same time, you're telling me that you're telling these players they got to be away from home for maybe what 6 months, possibly. That's
Yeah.
the hardest thing, especially if what if you ever look, it's already bad enough that you're a football player and you're gone majority of the time, but
Hmm.
you're a football player, you can't come home. Yeah, it's my mom was like somebody's going to break a rule. And
Well,
I
you
agree
see,
with
you
this.
saw, you saw what happened in the NBA. Somebody had to get some wings and go to the strip club. So
Hey, Lou, Pepper,
I don't
Lemon
blame him
Pepper,
though. I don't blame him though,
that's
because I
late.
said I've been to Magic City and the wings are they're good. They're a okay. So
Lemon
I,
Pepper Lou can come back tonight. He was
well, they
back.
came. Well, they came back tonight, and then we'll talk about it later.
Yeah,
But
we'll
then they
talk about
lost.
that.
What the they lost to Phoenix. So, but we'll talk about
Yeah.
that. But I
Lemon
will say
Pepper
this
Lou.
is yeah. I will say this though is the NFL they have to learn from the other three major sports on what to do and what not to do.
Mhm.
The NHL and the NBA got it right. MLB is pretty much wet in the bed right now. Um, I still think that their commissioner is very incompetent because you saw how he handled the Astro scandal. So I didn't expect them to, do too much. But the way that it's going right now with a lot of these players in MLB are getting games are getting canceled or postponed or not even playing or players are opting out like the guy from the Mets who just said I ain't playing no more. I'm just gonna pack my shit up and
Cespedes.
leave.
Yeah,
Yes,
he's
just get up
like,
and leave. Yeah, just
yeah,
get
he
up and
just,
leave. So I mean, he just got up and left. So that lets you further know that in the MLB, the inmates run the asylum over there at the MLB,
yeah.
and I think that the commissioner is very incompetent at his job. That's just my opinion.
And I was waiting on baseball like a
Yeah,
fiend, like excited, and then it's not even just to not my team what's going on with my team. I hope everybody recovers, and I'm praying that this doesn't affect any of their family. um but this just shows you that somebody had to get it from somewhere, and it could have been either a wife went to the store and caught it, or if you have a maid, you don't know where you don't know where your maid's been after if she leaves your house. It could be
yeah.
simple like that. We don't, even though they're saying they went to the casino, if you live in St. Louis or you've been to St. Louis, Bush Stadium is right here, casino is like a mile. It's like, so there is a possibility,
And
their
I get.
casino is on the way home.
I guess they was trying to get the stipend like the NFL. That's why they went to the casino because they was trying to get that 150 grand like the NFL was handing out. Who knows? I mean, who knows? So, but I really hope that with this whole pandemic that it puts a lot of things in perspective. Like a lot of things are not important, but I'm glad to see some sports is back, but we got to be safe about it. That's just my
Mhm.
opinion. And I was one of the ones where I was hard headed and I was like, oh, it'll just pass. But seeing people like pass away or making life or death decisions when it coming to their families,
Mhm.
it puts it in a whole bunch of perspective. So, um, to the players that are opting out, I don't have I have no qualms about it. If you feel that's best for your family not to play the sport you love, so be it.
Yeah.
I just need the fans to kind of chill out because they're talking about, oh, they're being soft about it or whatever. You don't know. You don't know because if it was
And
if
the people that complain about other people, oh y'all scared, y'all don't want to go to work because of this. They're the ones catching it.
Mhm.
So it's like, okay, you want to call me Esau, but guess what? You caught it, and now you have to deal with the side effects for the rest of your life.
Yep.
Yep.
So be careful what you wish for. You
Yep.
know. But speaking of baseball, it's kind of hurt my heart a little bit.
It hurt me, and
Uh,
I'm not even a fan of that
it hurt
team.
my heart. Oof, it hurt my heart. I know, Mike. I shed a tear yesterday when I saw it. I really thought it was an ankle, but the way it kind of looked like the same injury that Kevin Durant, the way that Kevin Durant hurt his.
Mhm.
You could tell that when he tried to put pressure on it, that it wasn't what I thought it was. So I was just like, when I saw him couldn't even apply pressure on his foot, I was like, yeah, that's it. So if you're a Braves fan out there, you know this is a huge blow because our pitching is not very good. Yes, we have the bats to compete with anybody in the league, but our pitching is not great. And losing a guy like Samurai Soroka is huge. Um, I know we got freed and we picked up a couple guys, and I know they said they're gonna call up some guys from the farm system, but losing a guy like Soroka, who
That.
was supposed to be our ace after Tehran got traded and Keiko went to the White Sox, he was supposed to be the guy.
Mhm.
He was
Yeah,
supposed
he
to be the
was.
guy, and to see how he got hurt, yeah, I shedded a tear a little bit because, like I said, if you're a Braves fan, you know our pitching is sketchy. It's sketchy. So I want to say, you know, speedy recovery, Soroka, and we'll see you next season. But this sucked.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, it sucked bad. So well, if y'all want to
When
say
I
something
heard
about
it,
it, yeah,
yeah, when I heard it, I was just like, "Oh, this ain't good." Because you know, any sport, it don't matter what sport it is, if you have to get helped off, and it was a non-contact injury, you already know it's something not good. And I felt, I when I got that notification, I was like, "Ooh!" And then I
right.
saw it, I clicked on it and saw it from Bleacher Report, and I'm like,
It was the same way
"Yeah,
that Kevin Durant tore his
yeah."
Achilles. So when I saw it, I was like, I was optimistic, but at the same time, I was like, you know what? The way that he's favoring that, I was like, yeah, that's an Achilles. So it sucks, man. I
I
mean,
just wanted you to know who Mad Wrestling takes. You already know who it is. Your chances of making it to the World Series was not even this season. So next.
I'm just gonna ignore that whole statement over there. Uh, with my BFF, she's a Cardinals fan, so we got a long history. We have long beef with her. Uh, because they cheated us out of the first one, and then they blew us out in the pivotal game. So me and her got long standing beef.
Mm.
I told her I was gonna sing her song, but I'm not gonna sing
We
it
got a
right
double or
now.
nothing.
Nah, because the way that the MLB season's going, it might we might have to wait till next year the way the season's going. But
No, we can do week two. Remember, we already decided week two of the
I mean,
NFL
if it's
season
a,
if we
if it's
have
a
it.
season,
Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely. Um, if it
I
goes
already.
down, I'm definitely gonna be in Texas if that goes down. So hopefully it is a season because, like I said, the Falcons are coming to Arlington. The last time when the Falcons came to Arlington, we left with a W. So
And then last year,
well, we didn't
fellas.
play in Arlington this time. We played in Atlanta and y'all won, but we talking about
Yeah,
Arlington.
yeah.
So
I'm just letting you know what happened the last time.
I know, I
You
know.
would sleep on my couch.
Uh, Yeah, I was
Not
sleep on your
trying to
couch
even
because
enjoy yeah, not even trying to enjoy the game. Yeah, you checked out.
because y'all,
Mhm.
hey man, look, y'all won the game, so I mean, it wasn't no point in me watching it no more. So, but we're not talking. That's neither here or there. We just talking about when
You're a
we go
sore
to
loser.
Arlington.
That's all that is. You a sore loser.
I
I'm
just
not a
want you to
sore
read
loser.
Yeah,
What
really?
Phil said.
I'm not a
You're a
sore
jerk.
loser.
You're yes, you are.
No, I'm not. I took
Yes,
that in stride. I took that in stride.
you
I
checked
took it.
out. You went to sleep. That's a sore loser.
I got pictures
Hey
of
man,
it.
You had
hey
you
man, look,
had
hey, why you play? Hey, look, I was in training and I was very tired. Y'all ain't finna out me out. Y'all ain't finna jump on me, okay? Uh,
we about to.
hey man, look,
I'll
uh,
get your nephew.
it's neither here nor there. But what I say is, all I know is when the Falcons go to Arlington, we win. So that's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Who
So,
doesn't win
but,
at Arlington except the Cowboys? I mean, shit. What kind of
eh,
point is that?
hey, you better watch out, man. You know you got a couple Cowboy fans on here. They might try to fight you.
Do not make me
Ooh,
send my
I'm so scared.
pow pow dad. You gonna pow pow dad for me?
I'll just
I'll
let you
give
know
you a
right
cookie.
now. These two right here are the most unabashed Cowboys fans. So if you're looking for sympathy, don't go to these two.
Go pow
Don't
pow
go to
dad.
these two. Don't go to these two. But speaking of Soroka, man, I mean, I wish him a speedy recovery. But yeah, that sucked. So with that being said, the Braves got to get it together. We are 7-4. We're not completely dead in the water, but it's gonna suck with him not being in there. So we'll see. Uh, do you want to talk about this BFF? I know that's your team, or
Okay,
you wanna.
so I think the one me and my mom were talking. You know, I'm born and raised in St. Louis. If you don't know, and I was a Cowboys fan before I moved to Dallas. You know, so it's not like, oh, I picked my husband's team. No, I was a fan before the Rams went to St. Louis. I just want to throw that out there now. But this hurt because, you know, if you know me, Yadier is my favorite. He's on my Facebook. He's all over my Facebook. I think he's all over my Twitter. Of course, he's all over my Instagram. Um, but Paul DeYoung is another starter. Junior Fernandez is one of the. I'm thinking that might be one of the pitchers because there was two pitchers originally saying that they had got it and they drove back home from Milwaukee. We don't know the two pitchers' names. Um, Someone did announce it, but I did not go and search for it. I just saw a guy that I respected his tweet. He said he knew the names and he was not going to release the names. I respect that out of a reporter. You know, instead of they just want likes and, you know, retweets, he opted out not to say anything. Yadier Molina and Paul DeYoung both announced it on their Instagram today. Ravello was Goldsmith's backup. Um, so the other ones are mainly backups, but I said Yadier Emily and Paul DeYoung are, you know, the starters that have it. Supposedly Carlos Martinez, which is another starting pitcher, um, another starter. He's a pitcher. He might have it. Um, but you know, I'm just hoping not. And Maggie, Boo, I know I love you. I love you, Boo. But you can't hate on nothing when you haven't done nothing. Remember game 5 last season?
You know what? You know what? That's all right. Like I said,
That's
week
all I'm gonna
two.
say.
See, I don't see my BFS pettiness knows no bounds. So the only
I
way you
know.
can shut her, the only way you can shut her up is watch your team beat her team, and even then
You
she's
got to
still gonna
blow
talk
us
trash.
out the water. I'm still gonna talk trash.
So she's
Who?
still gonna talk trash. But you know what? That's all right. If the NFL does have a season, that game week two in Arlington is circled in red for a lot of reasons. So yeah.
It's gonna be on and popping, on and popping.
I might have to make a trip down there. I might have to land. I might have to show up in Arlington and act a whole donkey like I normally do. So,
Go for it. Go for it. Don't fall asleep on the couch this time. That's all I ask.
hey, look, y'all was playing in the bins. I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna do it next time. But with that being said, You got anything else to add for your team? How the Cardinals looking right now?
We looked like crap.
Well, at least you're honest.
we
At least you're
weren't
honest.
making we but you know what I will say, I can say, let's just say they come back and they do everything right, and I can say
Mm.
yeah, they're not making it to the playoffs, and then they can do what they did last year. They accidentally make it into the playoffs. Like we
And
weren't even
then
supposed to be there. We were
that's
not supposed to be there.
and that's the craziest thing. I say it all the time. Whenever the Cardinals sneak into the playoffs and nobody's paying attention to them, well except last year. Last year they the Nationals was just on a tear. But whenever I always say it, whenever the Cardinals sneak in the playoffs, they always find a way to either get to the World Series or win it. It never fails. Like I never see the
Mhm.
Cardinals like dominate the league and then win a World Series. This was one of those they limp in there, they get there, and then all of a sudden they start drinking this juice, and then all of a sudden now they just start beating everybody.
Like the last two World Series we were wild cards.
Exactly. Like
I
I
don't
never
want us
heard.
to I don't want us to be number one. Like everybody's like, "Oh, we're number one in the season." I'm like, "Do you realize like we've made it to the World Series almost every time when we were not number one?" I don't
Right.
care about number one. I don't care about being number one no more.
Long as you're in the
It's
door,
overrated.
long as you're in the door,
Yeah.
long as you're in the door, it don't really matter. Cause like I said, I mean the Cardinals. Like I said, the Cardinals. I never seen the Cardinals say, "Oh, the Cardinals are the best team in baseball." They just get in there and win.
We play very fundamental ball.
Yep, y'all do. But I mean, that's how far I'm gonna go with giving y'all props because I still got beef with y'all as a Braves fan.
Yeah.
I got beef with the Cardinals. So
Just look at the
especially come
shirt.
playoff
Just
time,
look at the
I don't have a
just
problem.
look at
You
the
know what? I don't have a
just look at the
problem.
shirt.
I don't have a problem with Melina. It's just
Yes you
I
do.
don't
You
like.
yes
No,
you
I
do.
don't. I think Molina's one of the greatest catchers in history. I got him up there. It's either him or Pudge or Piazza. I got them as my top three. Um, it's just like with Drew Brees. Drew Brees is a great quarterback. It's just I don't like who he plays for. Just like with Drew Brees, I don't like who Molina plays for. He plays for the Cardinals. So
A winning team.
whatever. I ain't winning right now.
We ain't even playing right now. What are you talking about?
Ain't nobody tell you to go and get on the craps table trying to get that money back.
And it'd be different if our casino, like, I wish I would knew what casino they went to, because some of the casinos don't even have good food. So it's not even like the Magic City and Lemon
Hey
Pepper
man,
Lou.
look. I,
It wasn't like a great plate that they went for. They just went. He went for some
I'm telling.
coins.
If you ever go to Atlanta, go to Magic City. Not if you don't go to Magic City to see the entertainment, or as somebody said on Twitter, the African American Cultural Center is what we call it now. If you don't go there for that, for the culture, go there for the food. I'm telling you right now, those catfish nuggets and those wings, I'm telling you, they are top notch. Trust me. Like I said, fight your mama if you don't believe me, fight your mama.
Oh. Tim must not know me, cause I Tim. We agree. We already know.
Oh,
We already know
go ahead,
we ain't
yeah.
winning. We already know we ain't winning. Because of I have too much. What is it? The the procedure.
You're too unbiased. You're too unbiased. That's all. You're too
Yeah, he has too
unbiased.
much.
You
He
and
has
you
too
and Boom are
much.
very unbiased. So
Yeah, it's just to be honest. Like we
I'm
know
telling you
he's
right now,
not.
if anybody want to take shots at the Cowboys with these two on, don't
Go
even
for it.
waste your breath. Don't even waste your breath because 9 times out of 10, they might agree with you. So yeah, she might agree with you.
I know. That's why I love you, Maggie.
So shout out to my brother-in-law. This was funny. Yes, it's called a cultural center now. So yeah, my brother-in-law checking in with
Oh
me.
yeah, he's that Eagles fan.
Yeah, that's the
How's
Eagles
that
fan.
coach? How's the coach doing? I'm like, and no bullshit. Like, how's your coach doing?
Yeah, yeah,
Because he caught it.
did he catch it too? Yeah.
Mhm.
So that lets you further know it shouldn't be a season at all. Um, uh, Ayer said, are they worth 155K?
Yep.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
That plate.
yeah.
That
Yeah,
plate, yeah. I we should we should I should have put a plate that plate on here, the picture of that plate, because
yeah. Go to Twitter. Go to if you go to follow Georgia everything, it's on there. Trust me. Yes, they that and I've I partook in the wings and the catfish nuggets. I see why he went.
mhm.
I see why he went. So yeah.
Yeah, I was like, we making fun of him, but then I looked at that plate.
I didn't even blame him. I didn't even blame him for going because people was like, "Oh, he should have
I
worried
didn't
about the
know
team." I didn't
I
blame
didn't
him.
know he went for food. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Like,
he was there. Well, he was there for a funeral. His I
yeah.
guess his uncle, his dad passed away,
He said,
and
fly, yes, fly, Eagles, fly. I hope they fly into the hurricane and go bye bye.
Wow.
wow,
Well,
Boone came out swinging.
wow.
So, but
Um,
I didn't have a problem with him going. I mean, it's Atlanta. I mean, come on, it's like and he's at home. That's where he's from. He's from Gwinnett, Georgia. So I mean, Gwinnett
yeah.
County, Georgia. So that's like me going to Columbus. If I mean, I wouldn't go out nowhere because Columbus is. Yeah, that's the one, right? That right there. You
I
telling
don't
me
even
that
eat I don't even eat
look
catfish, and it looks amaze balls. Like,
catfish nuggets, them chicken wings. I'm telling you, like whoever said they won't eat that and Lou Williams is a fool for skipping out basketball for that, you don't know good eating. That's all I'm saying. Cause trust me, I've been there and the food is good. It's top notch. So it's very top notch. So
I had to
I don't
explain.
even I don't even blame Lou for going. And plus, he was there for a funeral. I mean, what you gonna do? I mean, if you have a chance to go outside the bubble, yes, you know the rules and you know you're gonna be quarantined going back. Cool. You know what I'm saying? Your team is pretty much. It's. I can understand if he was playing for somebody like Phoenix or Sacramento, fight for a spot. He played for the Clippers. Let's be real. The Clippers are in the playoffs, so I'm pretty sure they can. I'm pretty sure they can withstand him missing a couple games. So
I
you
had
know,
to explain to my mother that the
the
cultural centers, as we call them
cultural
now,
center.
have
I'm
the
telling you, the
best
cultural
food.
center.
And she looked at me, and I said, just go with it. I'm not going to tell you how I know. I'm just going to tell you the food is amazing. That's all I
Hey.
know. That's all I know. The food is amazing.
Hey, let me.
And
When we do our RCR retreat, we're gonna go to the culture center on our
culture
RCR
center.
retreat. We're
I'm
going to the
I'm
culture center.
I have to study, you know. I have
Hey,
to
you know me.
learn.
Hey, I'm a graduate, so I need a refresher every now and then. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to be like Cat Williams. That's for asses. Let's go. Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
That's me.
You gotta learn it,
Mhm.
man. You gotta learn it.
Mhm.
So, but with that being said, we're gonna jump into it. Speaking of Lou Will, we're gonna talk about the NBA. Well, the NBA it's been back for a while, but we gotta talk about some of these games. We gotta talk about some of these players. Uh, what performance stood out to you guys? One for me that stood out to me. I know everybody talks about Devin Booker and rightfully so, but how about T.J. Warren? After Jimmy Butler said that he wasn't even on his level, that man went off for 53 and 34 in two consecutive games. Jimmy Butler, if you're out there listening, I think TJ heard you loud and clear said that you wasn't on the level because he's definitely playing on your level. So, um, what performance stood out for you guys from so far in this restart, as they say?
Karam.
Mine, mine was that Devin Booker getting that game winner.
Hmm.
I mean, I watch a little bit of basketball here and there, but not to point where I'm watching it constantly because that's the only sports I know. My feelings about the NBA is still I'll care for it when playoffs roll around.
Hmm.
So the game we were watching today with me and my wife, that game winner, that was wild. I mean, even though there's no fans and they're in a bubble playing basketball and they keep it this competitive,
Hmm.
which I mean they have to because it all depends on going to the playoffs, who gets that number 8. But that other than that, I don't have any other moments where I can go, tell you, hey, this I like this moment or that moment. No. The moment that stuck out was just that Devin Booker game winner today.
And it's a shame that he plays for Phoenix, even though they're undefeated in the bubble right now. It's a shame that he doesn't play for like a contender or a quality team because I think he's one of the most overlooked stars, and I say it with conviction. He's one of the most overlooked stars in the league. The man, he's a walking bucket. He's probably the best player that nobody's never heard of. Um, and you saw what he did today. If you forgot, if you don't remember, a couple years ago, he dropped 70 in Boston.
I remember
Like,
that. Yeah.
yeah, he dropped 70 in Boston. Like, and
Yeah.
coming out from Kentucky, nobody really talked about him because he wasn't a lottery pick, as some would say. But the way he's like elevated his game, and I hope that because I know there's rumors going around that they're trying to trade DeAndre Ayton because they're trying to get Giannis to come down to Phoenix, which I think that's not going to happen. I think he's either going
I
to go
don't
to
think he's. I don't
I
think
think
he's
he's
going
going to either
there.
stay in Milwaukee or go to Golden State.
Or
Either way
L.A.
it goes, or LA.
One of those L.A.
So
teams. Yeah.
one of those big market teams.
Hmm.
Um, I really hope if they can't get Giannis to come, that they keep Aiton because I think that could be that 1-2 punch and build around them. They do have a good GM and James Jones. If you don't know who James Jones is, he's the one that's LeBron's sidekick, former sidekick in Miami. Uh, but I
Is he
think
still
if
playing?
no, he's the general manager for the
Oh, okay.
Suns.
Okay. I was about to
Yeah,
say.
he's the general
Whoa.
manager now.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Woo.
he's the general manager for the
With
Suns now.
Devin Booker, his time will come.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still young. He's still gonna if he keeps playing like this, his time will come. So
Hmm.
I don't need to be worried about him. Um, I do want to see Zion take off too, like grow into his role and just dominate. Like
Hmm.
I know he can dominate here and there in the game, but
Hmm.
from start to finish, like to be the next Shaq, basically.
Yeah. And I know he's kind of pissed off right now because they're limiting his minutes. But when you got a young superstar like that who has a history of, he's so explosive that his knees kind of give out. Cause you saw what happened to Derrick Rose. When you have a guy that explosive, you don't want to run him into the ground. So I know he's frustrated that he's not playing like he's supposed to. But a
Yeah,
lot of
he
these
can't.
players, yeah, a lot of these players, they're not playing a lot of minutes right now because the restart just started and everybody's getting back into the groove. Not everybody's LeBron, not everybody's Giannis, not everybody's like James Harden and stuff like that. So, um, but I think that with Zion, I think he's gonna be fine. I think he's
Yeah,
gonna be one. Everybody's saying he's gonna be a flash in the pan type player, but I think he's gonna evolve his game, and I think he'll
yeah.
be all right.
Well,
He'll be fine.
I
yesterday he had 25 minutes, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, and 23 points.
Hmm.
And this is
on limited time.
on
Yeah,
limited
limited
time,
time.
and he's not in basketball shape, as
Yeah,
some of his teammates would say. They said he worked out and he lost weight, but he didn't do like any sprints or running
yeah,
Right.
or
yeah.
none of that.
Didn't have the cardio for games, and I really believe Zion can be the Orlando Magic Shaq.
Hmm. Yeah, he has the athleticism to be a dominant player. So
Yep.
the only thing that concerns me is, like I said, is his knees gonna hold him because he's a very explosive player, and we saw what happened to like a Derrick Rose who's explosive and use their knees all the time, and eventually, I'm not wishing. And you saw what happened when he played at Duke and he had that one bad injury. Thank God it wasn't that bad, but you saw that what could happen with a
Okay,
guy that
that's a
explosive.
bad travel. Never mind.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that guy that's that explosive who could be dangerous. So I think he could slim down a little bit more,
Hmm.
but I don't want him to slim down too much because I don't want him to lose that athleticism at the same time either. So, but I think he'll be fine. I think he'll be okay. Ja Morant's another guy. You know, uh, people. I know everybody's saying that Zion's from Rookie of the Year. That's my pick. That's my pick. Who I think should win it because I've never seen somebody that consistent. And everybody talks about Zion should win it, but Zion he missed you know a majority of the season because he was hurt, and you saw what Ja did. why he was gone. Don't get me
Mhm.
wrong. I will say this: if Zion played the full season, this is a foregone conclusion. I think Zion will win Rookie of the Year. But the way that Ja has been consistent over this course of the season, and the fact that he took a team like Memphis to the brink of the playoffs, um, that says a lot. It really does. And he doesn't get his just due because he came out the same year as Zion. But I mean, the dude's just as good as Zion.
Mhm.
So
Yeah. My guy is Luca.
yeah,
Luca
yeah.
came out, and I was wondering what was going to happen because Porzingis left the game today, got fouled out, and there was
Hmm.
still like 4 minutes left, and I'm like, okay, and they were losing, and they got into it, 34 points, 20 rebounds, 12 assists, a triple double. They said he was one of the youngest to have a triple double at those numbers. He's still young, and I understand he played in the EuroLeague, but that is totally different from over here. And for him to be doing what he's doing, they just need to get the right pieces around him, and they could have another playoff team. Like,
Yeah.
I understand they're in the playoffs, but I'm saying like deep, deep
Basically,
in the
like another
playoffs.
star,
Another,
like another star maybe, or somebody that could contribute to Luca. Basically,
yeah.
yeah. But I mean, I will say KP, but he's still coming off the injury. Tim Hardaway,
Mhm.
all those guys that the Knicks gave away. I think they can make a run, but do I think they could be? Are they up there with like the Lakers and the Clippers and the Nuggets? And no, I don't think so. I don't think they're up there.
I don't think
Uh,
they're up there yet, but I think they're
I
like
don't
one
think they're up there
player
yet, but they
away.
have time. Yeah, and I will say this: Luca will win MVP in about 2 or 3 years. He will be an MVP.
Mhm.
He will win it. The only reason why he won't win it this year is because you got guys like LeBron and Giannis pretty much fighting for it, and James
Yeah.
Harden as well. James Harden as well. Um, but the craziest story I heard today in the NBA, the Bucks losing to the Nets.
Man, that was a man.
uh, I mean, I know they say they're the best team in the NBA, but the best team in the NBA don't lose to guys like the Nets who are missing KD, missing Kyrie, and I think
Right?
three other players didn't play today, and the Bucks lost to them. So should the Bucks be hitting the panic button right now? I mean, or is it just everybody loses to everybody type thing, or I mean, what do y'all think about that? I mean, should they hit the panic button now since they lost to the Nets without two of their best players not even in the building?
I don't know because it's kind of like what you said. It's like everybody loses a game. And
Hmm.
I think that's what it feels like. But then, you have your moments with Milwaukee. They look dominant, like they can win it all. And then you see things like this and they choke.
Yeah, 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 yeah. They do. But Phil, I understand what you're saying. Yes, the Lakers lost to the Raptors. But the Raptors are not. They're not a sorry team. Yes, yes, they lost Kawhi, and I think that Nick Nurse got shafted. I think he should have been in running for Coach of the Year over Coach Bud with Milwaukee. Uh, I think he should have got it, but hindsight's 2020 because everybody figured with Kawhi leaving the Raptors that they was gonna fall off, which they didn't. They're number two in the Eastern Conference right now with the behind the Bucks and everything. So I mean, I will say this. I don't think they need to hit the panic button right now, but when you you're supposed to be the cream of the crop as far as the Eastern Conference is concerned, you might want to like kind of tighten up a little bit because if you got teams like Toronto and Philadelphia and all them teams out there that's vying to become trying to become that top spot, that number one seed, it's something you got to think about. So, do I think they need to hit the panic button? No, but it's something to think about, especially if you consider to be a contender for the Eastern Conference to go to the finals. Everybody's picking you to go to the finals. So, I mean, Yes, Phil, I know they should beat the almighty Lakers, but I mean, come on. Like I said, I would rather. So my question is, they lost to the Raptors, but they lost. The Bucks lost to
But
the Nets. They lost to the Nets without Kevin Durant and Kyrie. That's what I'm saying. So if me personally, if I'm a Lakers fan, I wouldn't be too worried about that. Now, if I'm a Bucks fan,
they,
I'd be kind of
they,
upset that they lost to the Nets. Go ahead,
yeah,
Boom.
the Lakers, they're not gonna be worried. And plus, that loss came after they locked up number one seed, didn't they? So they ain't
Uh,
worried.
well, actually, they lost the night before, and then last night they won to get the number one seed. So yeah.
All right, so right now, from here on out, they have the number one seed locked up, so
Oh yeah.
they can cruise, right? They can
Mhm.
cruise down the to the finish line to start out of the playoffs, and then be game on, and then be 100%. And right now, there's gonna be, we're gonna see a lot more Jr. We're gonna see a lot more, the bench players playing,
Anything's possible.
Yeah.
getting more playing time. So
Yeah.
it's
And
right now, no, they're not gonna be worried with the Bucks. I think it's more of getting back into the groove
true.
with
True.
with everyone, right? So,
Yeah. Yeah. And go
was
ahead,
it
Boom.
they're playing 8 games. So yeah, the losses, the count, they're more a little more weight to them. But I think they'll get it figured out.
Yeah, that's true. And you know what? And honestly, yes, Phil, it's just one game, but I'm just saying, like, just like with Phoenix beating the Clippers today, yes, it's one game, but you gotta think about it. It's not a full season. Everybody's jockeying for position. So I'm just looking at the psychological effects of it. The
Yeah,
fact of the matter is
the
I lost
losses
to
have the losses have more weight to it.
right, and the Bucks lost to a team that didn't have two of their best players and and I think they three of their players didn't even play. So I mean, when you're supposed to be the dominant team in the East and you're the pick to go to the finals, and
And
now don't get me
see,
wrong.
I get what Tim says. He's saying hit the panic button, and I get what he's saying
Hmm.
because they're playing with their A squad is mixed with the B squad and a C squad because
Mm,
they're missing so many starters. And so I get it. I get it what Tim is saying. I understand what Phil is saying too.
hmm.
It's just one game, but like I said, which Milwaukee are you going to see from here on out? Are you going to see the
Right,
one from today? Or are you going to see the one that dominates and looks like they can't lose to anybody? Because we've
right.
seen that for the last two seasons, thinking that they were going to come out and be in the in the championship, and they
Lost to the
disappeared.
Raptors, and
Yeah.
then on top of that, the day before they lost to who they
Was it in
lose to?
Boston? Wasn't it
No, who they?
Boston? No.
No, they lost to Houston. Houston beat them
No.
the night before.
That's right.
Yeah, Houston
Yeah.
beat them. So I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not saying the panic button needs to be pushed, but I have my if I'm the Bucks, I have it like hovering right over the button, right over the button. That's just me. I
Yeah.
have it hovering right over the button. So,
And then I
but
did want to say one real quick. Grizzlies forward Jaron Jackson Jr. diagnosed with a meniscus tear, and his left knee suffered Monday versus the Pelicans, so he is done for the season. Um,
that's huge.
that
That's huge.
yeah.
That's another young player. The Grizzlies they have a bunch of young players that are actually starting to come
Uh-huh.
together in jail. That's a big loss. That's a big loss. And Phil, I agree with you, man. I agree with you. Yes, Philadelphia's one of my teams. I'm very disappointed in. They got all that talent and can't put it together. I don't know if y'all listen to Hodgepodge on Saturday. Uh, my homeboy Sean is very critical of their coach. So I mean, I feel I'm with you. I'm with you. But like I said, come playoff time, they might become that dominant team we saw last year, and they just run roughshod and everything. So I mean, I'm just saying, like, I'm not saying hit the panic button yet, but this is the panic button, and my hand would be like right hovering right over it, be like, anytime now.
Hmm.
You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? So, but the game I do want to see tonight, as soon as I'm watching it now, as soon as I get off, the game I do want to see tonight is Houston versus Portland, because if anybody knows the beef between Dame and
And
Russell, it's must see
yes.
TV. And then
Yes.
you got James Harden, who's another great scorer. I expect a lot of points to be put on the board, and CJ McCollum as well. And then my boy Hoodie Melo's playing. So I mean, well they call him Skinny Melo now because he lost a lot of
Oh.
weight. So they call him Skinny Melo now. So I think there'll be a good game tonight. But I got to see it because of the one on one that's gonna happen between Russell and Dame. If you haven't seen the beef between them as far as them playing since they've been in the league, go watch it on YouTube. It's some entertaining stuff. They always talking smack to each other. So, but yeah, check it
Mhm.
out, man.
That's
So, but
the
yeah,
that I'm here for Dame.
oh
I've been
yeah,
the biggest Dame fan.
he's another one. He's another underrated player to me. Nobody really
I
talks
think
about
he's
him because where he
underrated. Yeah.
plays,
And
because where he want to play. Yeah.
where he's loyal. People forget. We, us three. People are a little bit maybe a year two, but everybody older than us. We're used to players staying with one team for majority of their season. I
Hmm.
mean, more majority of their career, not season. Sorry, but majority of their career. Um, and he's one of the last loyal ones that we have left in our league. And
Hmm.
so I love Dame. I just wish they would just build around him. And when
Hmm.
I mean build, I mean like several players. They'll add one player and think that's going to do it. No, no,
Yeah.
no, no,
Right. Right. Right.
sir. We need more than one. We he needs like another
I
true
mean,
big.
You got McCollum, who's a
Mhm.
great player in
I
his
like
own
him.
right.
Yeah.
Hoodie Mello, he won't be around that long. So yeah, I agree with you that maybe they should add another. I won't even say a star, but somebody that could contribute to them.
Exactly.
Exactly. So, I mean, don't get me wrong. I will say this, and I agree with what Phil says. If Portland does get in the playoffs, they will be. They won't be.
Mhm.
I will say they won't be. They won't advance, but they will be a very tough out for even the Lakers. They would be a
Mhm.
very tough out because I don't see as much as everybody says you can't stop Anthony Davis, and rightfully so. I don't see nobody in that backcourt on the Lakers that could stop McCollum and Lillard. I really don't. I don't think it will. But hindsight's 2020. But I'm looking forward to that matchup tonight because I just want to see the smack talk that Russell Westbrook and Dame Lillard, because they're gonna be talking smack to each other because
Oh, you know.
these two guys have history. You got James Harden who feels that he's not being respected as he should be. Um, you got McCollum, who, like I said, is a very good player in his own right. You got Carmelo Anthony. I think it should be a good game. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking forward to it. So I got it on the TV right now while I'm doing the show. So I'm definitely gonna
Yeah, I
watch it. And
just
yes,
saw that.
I saw
I
that too
just
as well.
I was just about to say that, and then you. Yeah, but I saw it. It did not look good.
Yeah,
It,
what's name night he didn't even play tonight and they still won. So Jimmy Butler didn't play because he had the ankle problem. So and they still won. So I mean,
yeah, I was wondering where he was.
yeah, he didn't play tonight because he had the ankle. He said he had soreness in his ankle, so he didn't play tonight.
Okay.
So I mean, they still won though. So I mean, it was a big win. So we'll see what happens. But with that being said, we're gonna move on to some good news for me.
I already know.
Yes,
I'm ready.
I'm ready. I'm ready to go. Yeah, man, I'm hyped. Boxing is back, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, it's been back for a while, but I think
Real,
this is
but like the
the
people
real
we
actual box.
know.
Yes. I mean, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I know everybody's looking forward to the Tyson Jones fight, even though that's an exhibition. I think it's not going to be an exhibition because the way Mike's talking, he talking about he
I
gonna
was
knock
just,
Roy out. He talking about
yeah, and I'm
knocking
like,
Roy out. So I'm like, but
I might definitely watch it if he over here talking like that. When I saw that
all
video of
right.
him crying and he said he got this monster locked up and now he's ready to release him, I said, "Oh, he about to kill this dude, like for real, for real." All rules are going to be left at the door. Yeah, I'm
Oh,
ready to.
and I will say this: everybody that's saying that it was gonna be a knockout rule, it's not gonna be a knockout rule. So if either Tyson they said was is that if the referee feels that the fight needs to be stopped, he could stop it. So I mean, it won't be no judges. It won't be any judges. It's just gonna be exhibition type. But as a fan, as a fan, I do want to see somebody. I do want to see somebody get knocked out as a fan.
Mhm. Yeah.
But at the same time, both of these guys are well into their prime. They're well past their prime. Roy Jones and Mike Tyson are probably two of my five all time greatest boxers in my eyes, all time pound for pound. But I don't know. I don't know what. I don't know. I know people say, "Oh, I'm not going to watch that." The 12-year-old
I'm
wants to see
watching
this
it.
fight. The 12-year-old wants to see this.
Exactly.
Like, yes, the 12-year-old fan, Mike Tyson fanboy, wants to see this. Even Roy Jones. Roy Jones is one of my favorite fighters, but I'm seeing this mainly because of Mike. And everybody talks about, oh, he looks good, he's in shape, but he's just hitting bags. Um, he still looks like he can knock your ass out.
Man, I
He
don't care
really
what
looks like
nobody.
it. So,
I don't care what nobody say. Like I've always, there's a few people I'm afraid
I'm
of
not
in
getting
this
in that ring.
world. Exactly. That's what I'm about to say. There's a few people I'm afraid of, and
No.
Tyson is one of them. I am not even coming near
did you
him.
see? Hey,
I'm
look.
just
Did y'all see?
nope.
Did y'all see how he was
Mm-mm.
hitting the mitts? Like he was,
Yeah.
man.
Mm-mm.
Look.
Mm-mm. Nope.
No.
Mm-mm.
Do you remember that video that Sports Center ESPN put on, where he was at
Yeah,
a bar and showing his fans how the his signature move.
yeah,
That was him before he started working out, and
yeah.
he was still moving that quick.
Hmm.
No, thank you. I'm
Mm-mm.
I'm gonna go.
Mm-mm.
I'll go in the corner and play dead.
uh,
They're showing
uh,
the commercial of Dame and I call him Ninja Turtle talking crap. This is gonna be fun. But
uh,
yeah, Mike Tyson. I don't know if y'all saw the picture. If you haven't seen the picture, there's a picture floating around of Mike Tyson now and what Roy Jones looks without a shirt. Both of them are shirtless now. Man, Mike Tyson look ripped, and Roy Jones is one cheeseburger away from having a dad bod. There's nothing wrong with having a dad bod, but when you over here fighting
but you know what? Right, but
Mike
not at this
Mike
point.
Tyson,
Especially if you fight somebody like, especially if you fight somebody like Mike Tyson.
exactly. You no more cheeseburgers, Roy. No more cheeseburgers. We got to get you on it. Like you
Hey
got a
man,
month.
look,
September 12th is not that far. You got about
he
a
got a he
month
got
to get ready.
he got a month and 8 days to get it right.
Exactly, because my birthday
So
is like right before it, so this is probably going to be like part of my birthday gift. Is we're gonna, my parents want to buy it. They want to buy it. I'm just going to be there to enjoy it
yeah,
and laugh. But my parents are scared to buy any Mike Tyson fights just due to the last
my dad.
one.
Hey, look.
Because
The
my
funny thing
parents,
is,
the one is
yes,
the last one the last one he got is the
my
one he
dad,
bit
my
Holyfield.
dad. Funny story. My dad got the Spinks fight when he fought Michael Spinks,
Okay.
and he went to the bathroom, and I said, Dad, you might not want to go. Just hold it. And I'm young because I know what's going to happen. I know what's going to
Yeah.
happen. And I'm like, Dad, don't go to the bathroom because I'm telling you, if you go to the bathroom, you're gonna miss. He's like, oh no, no, they good. I'm gonna go. So he goes to the bathroom, comes back, fight's over. He was like, I can't believe this. And I was like, Dad, if you know, as a Mike Tyson fan, he doesn't sit in the ring that long, 91 seconds. He was like, I wouldn't even go on that long. I was like, I mean, it happens, man. So, but as a
Yeah,
fan,
my
I do
Uh,
want to
parents.
see. I
and
definitely
then
want to
and
see
then
this fight.
and
Yeah, I
then
do.
and the new reason to be scared of Mike Tyson. Do you guys recall that interview that Mike Tyson did for a podcast or radio where he started crying because of the
Yes, that's
pain
all I was
that he
talking.
was?
That was what she was
Yeah,
talking about.
that's what she was
Yeah,
talking about. You must have had me muted. I was
yeah,
like, he was
yeah.
crying. He was crying
Hmm.
because he was scared to let that beast out. Man, when you got a grown man crying about letting a beast out, yeah, I'm good. I'm going to
Matter of
opt out
fact,
of this fight.
I'm gonna send the video to you, Ladonna. It's talking the locks, the rap group, the locks. They
Mhm.
was talk about when they had their encounter with Mike Tyson and how all three of them was scared of him, and they was like, you know what, we just gonna stab this dude. I'm gonna find that video. I'm gonna find that video. I'm gonna send it to
Oh
you.
my
That lets
god.
you know. I mean, yes, everybody. Yes, we know that Mike Tyson is old, but for all of us and everybody around, he's just a draw. He's a draw. Like,
Yeah.
just mention the man's name and everybody gets them same feelings. Like, everybody everybody knows where they were when he won the heavyweight championship at 20 years old. Everybody knows where they were when he became the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world.
Mhm.
Everybody knows where they were when he lost to Buster Douglas, and everybody knows where he was when he came out of prison and had his first fight.
And everybody
What
knows where he was, where they were when he bit Holyfield's
when he bit
ear.
Holyfield said, that's the thing about it is, what fighter you know? What fighter you know can span a whole decade and still gets talked about? It's not many. It's
Not
not
many.
many fighters. Like trust me, like I said, you mentioned Mike Tyson around me, and I get kind of emotional because I mean, that's one of my, like I said, that's one of my favorite, athletes that I watched growing up because between Michael Jordan and Mike Tyson and Bo Jackson, that was my child.
Mhm.
Deion Sanders, that was my childhood. That was my childhood. Those four guys, like, I mean, but talking about this fight right here, uh, I'm glad he's back. My biggest concern with Earl Spence is how he's gonna look post accident because everybody knows he had that bad accident. I think it was last year he
Yep.
had that bad accident
It was right after he won the belt.
yeah, right after he won that, and then I want to see how he looks. I want to see how he looks post accident.
I was
And
ex-
go
I'm
ahead, go ahead,
excited about.
Lennon.
I'm sorry, my bad. I'm excited about this, but I'm like how you feel, and I thought he was going to get, how they say, like a dummy fight, or a
Mhm,
warm up fight. I
mhm.
thought we were going to get that first before we got him with a Danny Garcia, or who, they were also, we everybody wants to see him with Bud. Everybody wants to see that fight. Everybody and their mama wants to see that fight.
Yeah.
Um, I'm selling kidneys to go to that fight.
Hey, look,
But
if they had that fight, I hope it's in Dallas because if it's in Dallas, I'm definitely either I'm gonna be at your house or I'm gonna be at Jerry's World, wherever it's gonna be at. I'm gonna be in one of those spots.
I'm just gonna say you can have the kidney. I don't need two kidneys. You can have a kidney off the black market. Here you go, and ta-da! Just
Right,
give me the
right,
money. Give me the
right,
loot. Give me the loot.
right. And I'm not gonna take into consider. Everybody said this is an easy fight for Spence. Y'all forget Garcia was a champion before. He's
Exactly.
beaten Amir Khan. He's beaten a lot of good fighters. Do I think that he has a chance against Spence? I think Spence wins, but I don't think it's gonna be a landslide victory like people are saying. I think it's gonna be a very good fight. Uh, and like I said before, we don't know how Spence gonna look post accident. He might not even look like the fighter he was before he got in the accident. So you gotta take into consideration. This is a very tricky fight for him, but I think if
Mm-hmm.
he wins this fight, and I think the winner of the next fight we're gonna talk about after this one, whoever wins that fight, that's who's going to meet next year, and whoever that's going to be a good fight because, like I said, the welterweight division is stacked. There's a lot of great fighters: Keith Thurman, Bud, Spence, Brook. Uh, Even if they come down, the Charlotte brothers, if they decide to come down, Michael Garcia said he might come back. It's a lot of good fighters in that welterweight class. So I mean,
Oh yeah, I
I'm
got
just
some good
glad that
coming up
boxing is
there.
definitely. I'm glad boxing is back, and I'm glad that Spence is back. Like I said, my only concern is how he's gonna look post accident. Because if he don't look like the fight I think he looks, he could be in trouble. Especially against a fighter like Garcia, who I think is a good fighter in his own right as well.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think, Boom?
Um,
Oh, go ahead, LD.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying, go ahead, Boom. What you think about the fight?
Yeah, you're right. You just have to see how he comes back from that accident because that was a serious accident. He got
Yeah,
ejected from that car, right?
he did. He did.
So
Flipped over 3 or 4 times, I think. Flipped over 3 or 4 times.
Yeah. So we just have to see because stuff like that can really hinder a fighter's ego and his compassion going into the fight, right? Because he could be going into the fight scared
Mm-hmm.
because he doesn't want to get hurt because of what happened in that accident.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it's a right now it's just a wait and see how he does and how he looks because you can I know this is a totally different sport, but you can see how Ronda Rousey was affected because she had too much stuff going on. She was just starting the her acting career with Fast and Furious, and
Hmm.
you saw how it affected her going to the fight where her first loss.
Hmm.
She got beat, and then the second fight that she took on more, she just wasn't right after that.
And
But
that
I
second fight,
know,
she shouldn't even got.
and I know,
Right.
it's comparing apples to oranges because of the situation of each fighter, but it's still that focus could be gone just because of you're thinking about something else,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
injuries from that car accident, you're always gonna have that in the back of your head. Because like even now, even if I do like I've had ankle issues playing football. If I go play football right now, the first thing that what I'm gonna be thinking about the whole time I'm playing, I hope I don't roll this ankle because I've already broken it twice. A third
Hmm.
time, I could be walking with the limp for the rest of my life.
Hmm.
So it's just something that's gonna always gonna be there.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah,
I
that's true.
definitely agree
That's
with
true.
that. Yeah.
So, like I said, I agree with what you guys are saying, but as a fight fan, I'm glad that boxing is back. I know the UFC has been making strides to give us good fights, and rightfully so. I just watched Usman defend his title. I know they
Hmm.
said they got a couple fights. I think DC and what's the guy? What's his name?
Oh,
Stipcock.
DC.
What?
Oh, it's the
Stiop?
number.
Stiop?
It's Styak. I think
Stiop?
it's something. It's the number three. It's a trilogy.
Yeah. They're having a trilogy. They're having their fight, and I think ain't my balls inside supposed to be fighting soon too?
Yeah, Derek Lewis is fighting soon. I think
Yeah, he's
this
fighting.
weekend.
Hmm.
I want to say August 8th. So yeah, this weekend.
So yeah,
Derek Lewis.
so it's gonna be a couple good fights coming on. And I'm glad like boxing's coming back to make some good fights. Like I said, sometimes the old heads gotta follow suit. So I'm ready for Tyson and Roy Jones. I'm ready for Spencer Garcia, and I'm also ready for this fight if it possibly happens.
And
Uh,
I'm ready for both fights. Both
yeah, I really
fights.
am because we talked about it just not too long ago. This Manny and Bud fight can happen, and it's pretty much a de facto semifinal. So whoever wins this fight and whoever wins the Spence Garcia fight probably gonna meet for the next year, and it'll probably be a unification bout. And then the Charlo twins. I've been a big
I'm
follower
ready.
of them. Those will be good fights too as well. So
That's
like I
Sweet's
said,
birthday
boxing is
weekend.
back.
Yeah, Sweet's birthday. I was like, man, there was a fight on his birthday last year, and here we are again because the Spence fight was last year. Because you were
Right.
like, I'm gonna come there for a second birthday. I said, if you don't go see Spence fight, he is
Yeah,
too. He is
somebody
not gonna. He is not
some
gonna remember. He's not gonna remember it at all.
right.
So go.
Right. And the crazy thing about it is that Tyson and Jones fight is around your birthday.
Around my birthday, and then
And
Charlo
and
Twins
then
is around his birthday.
so it's like which one am I gonna, what I'm saying? So it's gonna be, I don't know, I might just make both. I got time, so maybe I'll come for both times. But I will say this about Manny Pacquiao. He's probably one of the greatest boxers of all time. The only 8 division champion in boxing. Uh I think this will be a good test for Bud. A lot of
Hmm.
people say he hasn't really fought anybody, which I think is crass because he's fought some great champions or whatever. But I think
Who
this will
did
be a good
Bud
test.
fight last?
He fought. I don't even know how to say the dude's name. It's a long name.
Oh,
Uh,
okay. I
it's a long
remember.
name, and he did give Bud a good fight because he did hit Bud with a couple good shots, but Bud somehow, he did what he did. He came back and won. I think that this should be a good test for Bud, and I think if he does beat Manny, that would put him in the echelon as far as the welterweight class, and that'll definitely set him up a title shot with the winner of Spencer Garcia. I'm hoping it's Spence because I've been praying to the boxing guys for as long as I could. We need this Spence Crawford fight, and it'll be a lot better if they have the belts involved. That'll be like De La Hoya versus Floyd Mayweather fight. That'll be one of them
Hmm.
big Felix Trinidad versus De La Hoya. It'll be a big fight. So I think they should both be champions, and they both should like really. I think they both will pass their test, and then eventually they'll meet next year. Hopefully the COVID is over because I know my good friend Brian is watching, and we both made a decision that we're going to go to that fight live if it happens. So I don't know. I don't care if it's in Vegas or California or Canada or Texas, wherever. I'm going. I'm going. So,
I told you I'm
but
selling a kidney.
well, don't sell all your kidney because we're gonna need
I
one
just need one. Just
because
one.
eventually we're gonna have to go. If Crawford and Spence fight, we definitely gotta make that like an event eventually
Yeah, that one.
somewhere.
That one is the one I really want to go to, but I'm just gonna sell, one kidney. It's still good,
I'm gonna work hella overtime so I can get my money right so I can go because I'm
right?
definitely trying to go and that ticket's gonna be very expensive so definitely gonna go to that one. But I'm just glad boxing is back. Like I said, UFC's been making great strides with the fighting, but I'm a boxing fan. I've been a fan since I was a kid. I'm just glad it's back, and I'm glad that there are fights that actually line up. And that you know what, and another shout out to boxing as well. I know we talked about the NBA and hockey as well. Shout out to boxing too for taking the proper precautions to
Yeah.
help us with to combat the coronavirus. So I'm definitely good with that. So because boxing and UFC, they're even have even more contact than the other sports we just mentioned because you're actually face to face, and then there's fluids involved and blood involved. So definitely gotta give respect to them for making sure everything is good. So I'm good with that. I'm good with that. So,
Yeah, the
but
last now I didn't watch Saturday's UFC, the one that just passed, but the last pay-per-view, I will say the fights were good from the prelims, like the beginning prelims. Like I literally watched the prelims, the prelims, and the main card, and
right.
I was satisfied with the whole card. And
Was it the fight with the Usman? They was it that
mhm,
one? That was
yeah, that
all the fights were yeah,
mhm,
they were good. They were real good. Yeah. And
yeah. This
did you
Derek
see that
Lewis fight, he better not let us down.
oh, I'm definitely watching Derrick Lewis because that's my dog right there, man. I mean, he's
Mhm.
after Rampage left, I follow him, I follow Bones, I follow the two Nigerian fighters, the Airbender and Usman. I follow those guys, so definitely. But did you see that uppercut from the fight last night, the other night? That uppercut,
Was it the was it
the
from a
one where the dude
UFC
hit.
fight or was it a
No,
boxing
the
match?
boxing where the dude hit him.
Was it like a white guy that got knocked
Yeah,
out?
that one. Did you see that
Yes,
one?
yes, yes. It was ugly. I
Oh
saw that
man.
and I was like, I think he went in there very nonchalantly, like thinking he was kind of like in the lead, and he might have been because I didn't watch the fight. But then he wasn't expecting old boy to hit him with that up. I was like, ooh, ooh, no, no. Or did you see the girls?
Oh
The
my
girls
goodness.
that got
She shouldn't
yeah,
even.
she.
I'm just saying right now. She shouldn't even been in the ring. Cause
Mm-mm.
did she even throw a punch? I don't even think she threw a punch.
No,
I don't think she
I
threw a punch. I think she
no.
went like this, and the girl was like pop pop pop, and she was just
Yeah,
the whole time. I was just like, you know what? Stop the
she
fight.
did a
Stop it.
two step. She did a two step. I don't know if anybody paid attention to her feet, but she did it kind of like she was almost getting comfortable, and then
Boom! I know
yeah.
you saw it, man. I know you saw it. What you think? That was some crazy stuff, man.
We both asked, why did she do a two-step before going walking to the center of the ring,
Yeah.
and then to go over there just to
Just like this.
that
Oh
that
man, that
What
was
was it?
you know
Nine
what?
seconds? Was it nine
Seven
seconds?
7 seconds.
Seven
Mike
seconds. Yeah.
Mike Tyson would have been proud.
Mhm.
Mike Tyson would
no
have been
see
proud.
no now Mike Tyson he'd be like, no, you know what, I can do better.
You know what? Come September 12th, it might just happen. Come September 12th, man. So just be on the lookout. But we got one more subject we go before we hit our parting shots. My BFF just threw this in here real quick, and I just remembered it. Uh, and you smell what the Rock is buying. Whew,
Man,
man, 15 million. I wish I had money like that
you
just to
know
get like just wake up and be like, you know what? I'm just gonna buy the
it,
XFL today. Go
I
ahead, boom.
honestly, I honestly don't know how I feel about that. Just
Okay.
because, um, yes, he's a big star. He will bring in, a lot of fans just based on him. But they're quickly gonna figure out that he's not gonna be at every single game.
Oh
He's
no,
not
no,
gonna be
he's not.
going city to city to city to to look at the watch the games, and then that will slowly taper off. I think it's just gonna be the hype, just how the XFL was when it did come back. It was the big hype in the beginning, and then it just died down.
Hmm.
So I'm not totally into XFL. I mean, it's great that he bought it, and we will get NFL competitor coming back possibly, but I just hope it doesn't fold again. If it doesn't, that's a good investment from The Rock, and
Hmm.
I'm not sure how I feel about that because it could be just a hype move, and then all of a sudden, before you know it, it's gone.
Again, right, right, right. Me personally, I think, because honestly, I think
Yeah,
that yeah,
That's
and that's his
Danny Garcia.
Danny Garcia. And honestly, I think she will be the muscle behind it. No pun intended, because she kind of looked buffed in that picture. She's gonna be the muscle behind this whole operation because, like Boom said, I don't expect the Rock to be at every game. I expect her to pretty much run the. I think Rock will be more of a figurehead, mouthpiece for the league, which is good because just like Mike Tyson, he's another guy that he could draw people in and make them
Hmm.
watch a product. You know what I'm saying? So and honestly, with all due respect, as much as people say that the XFL was flopping, the XFL didn't flop because it was bad. I think it actually was a better product when it first came out. It flopped because of coronavirus. Because
Hmm.
I actually watched games and I actually enjoyed watching games.
the, no,
I
it
did.
it died before the coronavirus.
No,
Well,
it
I
Because
mean,
died.
they were already talking about bankruptcy before the week three.
what?
No, no, because St. Louis sold out.
Yeah,
St. Louis was sold out every
it.
game
Yeah,
for
for the one team. How many teams are there in the
okay,
XFL?
but Dallas was
It was
hard to
six. It
get.
was
There was
six. It was
it was
six of them.
six, and
It
There's
was
Dallas
six
was
of
six
them.
teams,
and
and,
Dallas was
and only
hard.
and only one team is being sold out.
Well, I will say this. I will say this though. They were in the red, but it wasn't like the AF. The AF. It wasn't like that. And then
Yeah.
the thing with the XFL, they actually had money backing it up with the WWE. Because I mean, Vince was putting money into that thing. He really
Hmm.
was. And yes, they was in the red, but it was like I enjoyed watching it. And
I liked
people,
it.
I know people downplayed it and stuff like that. And yeah, because everybody knows the mighty NFL. We know that. But
Yeah,
it was
but
alternative. It was an alternative to, because I'm a football junkie, so an alternative to watching the NFL. And the fact of the matter is they're doing it while not competing with the NFL nor college football. They actually got it right this time.
Hmm. I agree.
So yes, they was trying to go. Yes, they were sinking down, heading towards bankruptcy, but it wasn't a bad product, in my opinion. It wasn't a bad
no,
product at all.
it wasn't. And the games that me and my wife we did watch, we
Hmm.
enjoyed it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the St. Louis team that we kept watching, that was on fire every single game. And I
Hmm.
remember watching one of the games where they were talking about hey, the next home game for St. Louis, they're going to open up the third level because they only had the
Yeah.
first two levels opened up.
Hmm.
They're going to go and expand on to the third level.
They
But
had a petition for that.
yeah,
Yeah.
so it it is a competitor to the NFL,
Hmm.
but they need to bring it, and of course they need to get some expansion teams come in, so it'll
Hmm.
be more teams to watch instead of just having 3 games a week.
Well, I think the reason why, because they didn't want to water it down with putting like 12 teams out there. They started with six, and then eventually they was going to expand. Because like I said, I was mad when they didn't have an Atlanta team because I figured, hey, Atlanta's a major city, but I knew where they was going. They was trying to at least get a condensed product, and then eventually when it started doing well, it was going to expand out. It really was. But like I said, you talk about St. Louis, they had a good team. I mean, Houston had a good team. I mean, the
Hmm.
quarterback went to the Panthers. He had a PJ Williams. He was a he actually was a NFL starter before he went to Houston. So it was a good product to me. And I think with The Rock buying it, his investor group buying it. I think they're gonna have time to with this whole Corona thing going. I think they're gonna have time to tweak it here and there. And like I said before, I think it wasn't a bad product to me. It really was not that bad. Can I get paid $100,000 to operate a Xbox controller do replays? I could do it for
Exactly.
$100,000,
We could do.
right? Just to operate an Xbox controller do replays, I could do
That's
that.
it.
I do that with my regular video games when I make a good. You know how you make a good play, and you say the replay. I could do that. So but LD, what you think? What you think about this whole?
I,
Uh,
I loved it.
mhm.
I just want to say, mad. I enjoyed it until they put it on ESPN.
Yeah, they should just
Um,
kept it on Fox. They should have kept it on Fox. Fox was better.
but you,
It was a
you,
better
but you,
presentation to me.
but you got to remember who owns, who owns all that and the
Mm.
deals.
Yeah, yeah.
And but like I agree. I'm not the biggest ESPN fan, but I still enjoy it. No matter what channel it was on,
Hmm.
long as it was on. But I would like to see probably 8 teams next time it comes out because then you can get more variety. You do get more games, and then two,
Right.
I know it's you, Mad Mike. I know it's you. Who else would have
Bro,
mad
hey,
wrestling
look, look,
takes?
look. See. When you tell him to take a break, he's still up there acting up. See,
Exactly. I'm
hard
trying
headed,
to
just
be
hard
nice.
headed,
I'm trying to be,
just
trying to be
hard,
nice. And
hard
I know
headed,
it's him.
hard
I know
headed,
it's him. But
hard headed.
since it's him, shut up, Mike. Go somewhere. Sit down.
Man, go
Watch a
relax, bro.
game.
Go relax. Do something. Go relax, man. You cutting up over there too much. But
Uh,
go ahead, LD.
no, but I do want. I was thinking about maybe having eight teams, and I was hoping 8 teams. But then I was wondering because these. Don't get me wrong, Vince McMahon is Vince McMahon, and he has a mouthpiece, obviously, because he got he was able to do what he had to do to get the six
Hmm.
teams. But I think The Rock is a more enjoyable face, not like because he's pretty, but no, I'm saying like face of the franchise
He's a draw. He's a draw.
because
He's a draw.
yeah, because everybody, I don't know, not too many people that don't like The Rock. You
There's a
unless
few.
you're
There's a
still
few.
there's
There's
a
a few.
few.
There's
Don't
a
get me
few
wrong.
that
I know
don't.
there's
There's
a
a few. Yeah,
few,
there's a few.
but if you had to take a poll, if you hate Vince McMahon or you hate The Rock, who do you hate
Most would hate
more?
Vince.
Bo-
Most folks would hate Vince. Yeah, they all say most would
exactly,
hate Vince. Yeah, yeah.
exactly. So
I
I'm
got you. I'm with
thinking,
you. I'm with you.
yeah. So I'm thinking he might pull in more. He might pull in more faces. And,
Well,
like
I know if he does have. You said 8 teams. I know he's gonna put one in Miami.
yeah, he's got
Put
to.
one. Please put one in Atlanta. So the at least the players, if they lose, and they can go get some of the wings from Magic City. Get some of the wings from
Get
Magic City. But go
get
ahead.
the
I ain't mean to cut you off. But go
No,
ahead.
you're fine. Get the Lou Williams plate. That's all we. It's his name. It is named
The Lou
after
Will
him.
plate.
It Lou
Exactly.
Will plate.
Lemon pepper Lou. That's what they call it. But yeah,
Yeah.
I think with the overall product, it was like I said, it wasn't that bad. Um, I actually enjoyed it. I know a lot of people said it was gonna fold because they're so stuck on the NFL, but I thoroughly enjoyed it, especially with the new rules, certain rules
Mhm.
they had, certain things they did. I think the only thing I didn't like too much was the coaches explaining plays. Like, well, I guess because I'm a football junkie, I know most of the plays, but for a casual fan, that was kind of pretty cool. And then the one thing I did like was the reporters being petty, especially after you make a bad play and the reporters come up to your face with the mic talk about you just threw that interception that cost the game. How do you feel? That was funny. I like that. Keep that
Yeah.
element. Keep that element. You know what I'm
I
That
saying?
liked I
that
like the
that was
kickoff.
great.
Yeah, and I like
Yeah,
the
it
kickoff.
definitely and the kickoff as well. So, but I think it'll work out. We just gotta see what happens because, like I said, with the whole Corona thing coming on, we don't know what's gonna happen with sports. So all we can do is just stay tuned. That's all we can do. You know. So, but with that being said, y'all got anything else to say before we go to parting shots?
Portland's beating Houston 26-24 in the first
Yep, I'm
with a
watching
minute and
now.
a half.
Damon
Go ahead.
Russell already been talking. Ain't even halftime yet. They talking already. So I'm definitely gonna enjoy this game because I know they gonna be talking plenty trash through the whole game. So,
Oh,
but
McCollum hair gotten real long. I haven't. That's how much I have not watched this. Last few
It's been a
games.
minute.
Boy,
It's really been a
yeah,
minute. It
Jesus.
really has. It really has. But I will say this though. Uh, Houston's another team that people don't really talk about either. They play their version of small ball. But I will say this though. We all know how Mike D'Antoni gets come playoff time. He's kind of chokes a little bit. So,
Yeah, just a
but that
little.
small ball. I mean, they beat the Bucks. I mean, they beat some quality teams. So we'll see if it works. I guess Westbrook and Harden are coexisting. So I mean, it works. So, but
This is better than I thought it would. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Because
like I said,
we know that was the whole reason Harden left was so he can get the shine. And now here comes your boy following you. And I just didn't know if they. I understand
I
that
didn't
they're
think it was
probably
gonna work.
maybe still friends, but I did not think they was gonna work.
They're two very ball dominant players. So
Mhm.
the fact of the matter is they're both getting their touches and they're both scoring their points. Like I said, if they could just play some defense and D'Antoni stop gets to stick out his ass and stop being a choke artist, they could be a pretty decent team. I mean, they could be that sleeper team that nobody talks about. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they have the talent to compete with anybody. Just like you said with Milwaukee, which team's gonna show up? That team right there, or the team that don't know how to play ball?
Yeah.
You know. So, but with that being said, we are going to parting shots now. This is part of the show where we get some things off our chest and let people know how we feel. Uh, we're gonna let my BFF go first because she is back. She is back and she is in full effect. I know it's been a while for her. It's like Michael Jordan coming out of retirement. So
Right.
I'm gonna let my BFF go first. Then I'm gonna let my
Nobody
boom.
cares
Oh,
about her.
And then I'm gonna let
Tariq,
boom go.
go pow pow.
And then I'm
No,
gonna
you're not
go.
gonna go
Wow.
pow pow. Pow
Why gotta
pow.
send? Why gotta send your security?
Because
Seriously.
my security takes great care
And
of
I'm
me.
gonna let boom
Great.
go. And then I'm gonna close the show out. But go ahead, BFF. Go ahead and get it off
It's
your chest.
it's fair weather fan day. This is what I'm gonna call it.
Oh Lord.
Um, fair weather fans, and I mean the fans that get mad because the players are opting out of a contract that they caught, a team member they don't even know is caught COVID. Um, dear, dear fans, not everything revolves around you. I understand that everything revolves around the player, but their decision to do something or why they might have had something, like we don't know. Like I said, we stated this before. We don't know why the Cardinals have it. But my
Hmm.
mom was like, you see the comments that some people have the audacity to put because they're keyboard warriors. They said they thought the rumor was going around that Carlos Martinez, our starting pitcher, um has the COVID-19. We don't know if that's
Hmm.
true or not. That was not
Hmm.
announced. We don't know if it's true. But the
Okay.
comments, they were like talking about firing him for what? Because he caught COVID? Like, are you that stupid?
It's just the same thing with the NFL as well.
And
I
it's
see
and
these
the
fans. I
same
see these fans in
thing.
the NFL. Yeah, they like. Oh, I don't care if you. I don't care what you got. I need you to perform for me, but don't kneel for the anthem because I'm gonna punch my TV if you do. Like, shut up.
What? Like what? But
Yeah,
aren't you
like
the same person that's probably sitting down getting nachos? Probably have American flag on your t-shirt, your hat, your phone, your lighter. Flag code. Look it up. Google it. There's a such thing as a
uh,
flag code. I'm not in the military, but I've been raised
oh,
around
there is a
enough.
flag code. Trust me.
There's a flag
Trust me.
code, and you're not
Trust me.
supposed to have that flag
Yes.
on any of that I just named.
Yes.
But
Yes.
but the great old American boy and girl, um, it's they get mad about that, but like I said, they don't know there's a flag code. Look it up, Google it, anything, ask somebody in the military, um, ask any. There's a lot of people, but it just kills me that fans are so wishy washy behind this keyboard, but let Carlos Martinez or, Chris Godwin, or, I'm thinking of other players that opted out.
And just
Chun.
imagine. And just imagine. imagine if these players that we talked about earlier, even though it's a rumor, what if these like Mahomes and Jackson and
What if
CMC?
Mahomes?
Well,
Exactly.
what if Mahomes? Yeah, what if Mahomes decides to opt
Or
out? I know
CMC?
Brian.
Yeah. What if
I know Brian.
CMC?
I know Brian will be mad. Brian will be upset, but he'll understand. But if these guys opt out, I mean,
Yeah.
they
Like,
got their money. I mean, like, yeah,
yeah.
but I get you.
So
I get
are you
you,
gonna? But
LD.
are you gonna? You're gonna wishy washy on them, but you're gonna be the first person. I bet you any money, you'll be the first person in their face asking for an autograph. But you ain't gonna be talking about what you were in, on Keyboard Warrior, because half of y'all ain't gonna say the shit that you need to say off your chest.
You're not.
You're
You're
not,
not.
because somebody asked me. I met Dwayne Harris. He used to be the return kicker for the Cowboys. He used to play for the Giants. Now I think he's still with Oakland. Last year he was with Oakland, and I
Okay.
saw him at not Cheesecake Factory, but the other one that's related to Cheesecake Factory. But I saw him there with my friend and her mom, and I talked to him, and he said something to me to the effect like, um, "Do you know who I play for?" I said, "Yeah, the team that sucks." I'm not,
I mean, you're not
I'm not
gonna. I
gonna.
mean, you go. I mean,
I'm
yeah,
not gonna.
exactly.
If you're gonna, you know what I'm saying,
Hey,
and
like,
they.
what? Hey, look, this is what Phil said. He keeps the same energy. Exactly.
Yeah,
Keep the same
exactly.
energy. Keep
Keep
the
the same
same
energy. Don't get me
energy.
wrong. I liked him when
Right.
he was here with the Cowboys. I didn't like. Of course, I watched him there, but I did. He's with Oakland. I was like, yes, I can root for him again. But keep the same energy. If you don't like that team, don't say, "Oh, I love you, but I hate your team." No, I hate your team always and forever.
Right.
But half these keyboard
Right.
warriors will not do that, and I just get it. Just you get tired of it. My mom said she's gonna start blocking people. I'm surprised they haven't met the ruthless Linda, because she's ruthless, and anybody knows my mom. They have seen the comments from her, and she doesn't bite her tongue. She doesn't. She lets
Hey,
people know.
I
I
see. I
seen
see where you get it from. I see where you
yeah.
get it from.
I think she commented on somebody's post at the beginning of the year about the Cubs. She's like, this is completely stupid and a waste of time. And I was just like, I didn't
Hey,
want, I was just like, Mom, every time I see, but I just let her have it. But, Brian sees it. I know you see it. That, y'all be like, man,
absolutely.
your mom is,
Absolutely. Like I said, I seen it and I was like, I wanted to say apple tree. That's what I wanted to say. That's what I wanted to say. Apple tree because I see where you get it from because I was like, that's just LaDonna, but and yeah, like I like that. I see
yeah,
what I was like,
she's
I see
me.
where LaDonna gets it from. Yeah. Like I said,
I'm,
apple don't
I'm a,
fall from the tree at all. So
mm-mm.
yeah, definitely.
Yes, but that's all I wanted to say. Because, like I said, I just get tired of seeing it. And it's not just me. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is probably tired of seeing it. We want sports to be the getaway, but we're tired of the negativity that everybody is talking about. Like, dude, yeah, shit talking matches. Okay, cool, we're straight. But you over here just talking negative just so you can get a reaction out of somebody. Let
I
it
think I
go.
think I think a lot of people fail to realize that these people are human too. Yes,
Hmm.
they make a little bit more money than we do, but I mean, come on, you gonna fault them for that? I mean, hell, if I had a chance to make millions of dollars doing something I love, shit, I'd do it. Hell,
Right?
you know what I'm saying? Like, don't 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 chastise them because they found the way to make a better living for themselves and their families because you couldn't do it. Because trust
Exactly.
me, I said it before and I say it again. If you're so worried about these people making all this money, the next time that your job offers you a raise, tell them, nah, I don't need it because I'm comfortable when I'm making. Just say no. Like I said, I bet your whole vibe would change if that happened. And people say, that's not
Mm-hmm.
the same. That's not the same. Yes, it is because you're still
This,
getting paid to do a service. That's what these players are doing. They're getting paid to do a service. They're getting paid to play a profession.
exactly.
Anybody, unless you're like your own boss, even when you're your own boss and your own business, you're doing something to acquire income, doing something. So if you feel that your job is not doing that for you, you can find another job or talk to your boss and find another job. Simple. I mean, come on. Like, stop chastising these players because they're doing something they love and they're getting paid lots of money for it. That's not their fault. It's not. So, but go ahead, LD. I
Oh,
mean,
you're
let
fine.
you.
I'm done. That was it. That was it. You're good.
Okay. Go ahead, Boom. If you got, go ahead with your parting shot.
With all this pandemic going on, everyone is, looking for an out. They want to do something that's, get their mind off of everything.
Good old Baker.
Mm.
Um,
Go ahead, Boom. Boom's
find
like, wait a minute, what?
find
Go ahead,
find
Boom.
something find something for you to do, like learn a new language. I mean, you're at home doing nothing, right? Pick up a Rosetta Stone, but learn a new language.
Do what I'm
um,
doing. Duolingo.
Yeah.
do something, get, to just escape for a little bit. What I do on my free time, on the weekend nights, I get on my computer and I just game till
Mm.
4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, and I don't stop. Here, this is my outlet, and I have a great wife that allows me to do it. She's sitting right here. So
Word.
the
Good deal.
this it's important for you to get away from the regular BS that you have to deal with day in day out, week from week to week. Every day, that grind in life. I'm not saying don't stop your grind, don't stop your hustle, but you need to, take a break. Give yourself that alone time that you need, that everyone needs.
Hmm.
Everyone needs to get that, to re-energize, recharge their uh, time. And Phil, don't ask what's free time, because like 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 my wife would say, you work yourself like a Hebrew slave.
He's
Yeah,
a
he does.
Jamaican. He's
Yeah,
a
he does.
Jamaican for real
Yeah,
with
he
one
does.
job. How you work like a Jamaican and you got one job?
One job. Come on, dog. You gotta get some. I tell that to Mike. I tell
See,
that to Maggie. I tell that to Mike and Maggie all the time. Cause I tell them, do not get burnt out. Y'all got other stuff going on. Take some time off for
yeah,
yourself, man.
and hold on. This is the first time I'm hearing you have one job. From the way you talk and from everyone talk, I thought you had 3, 4 jobs.
No, it's
The
one.
way he
Damn,
works,
man.
the way he works, man. You tell
It,
he has like it
they
seems like
they
he had
work
4 or 5
him.
jobs. They work him.
Yeah,
Yes, they
they
definitely work
work
him.
him.
But
Yeah.
no, but I said, but hey, like what's it? Cat Williams said, it's gonna get, if you're going to choose paper, get your money, boo boo.
Yeah.
Get your
So,
money, boo boo.
Get your money, boo boo.
but I mean, but every now and then, when you do get free time, don't
Hmm.
spend it on thinking about work, or think about how you're going to do this or do that. No, take that free time for yourself. Relax, watch TV, read a book, start learning a new language. Just be disconnected for that little amount of time that you do have, that's free time. Disconnect from
Absolutely.
everything.
Facts.
And
Big facts. Big
Uh
facts.
oh,
yeah,
two
two
uh,
two
two
weeks.
weeks off.
Hey, hey, hey,
He's not gonna know what to do with himself. I'm telling you
Let me.
right
I'm
hey,
now.
gonna. T-
hey,
I'm gonna tell you right now. I bet you a week and a half of it. I'm gonna be on the phone with him, unless he goes. And I know he's not going nowhere, so I'll probably be on the phone with him like a week and a half of it.
Phil, just make sure you don't lose your keys, bro. We ain't trying to go
Uh,
find you in the woods. Just make sure you keep your
yeah.
keys on you, all right?
Keep your keys
Keep
on
your
you.
keys on you, bro. But
He
go ahead, boo.
he won't know what to do with himself.
It
But
sound like,
no,
hey, look, you,
everyone needs that time to disconnect, to just, relax, get over whatever you're thinking about, let it go,
hmm
and then come back, with stronger, and be more productive, because um from the start of this year, January 1st, 2020, I have only taken off 2 days from work, and I'm thinking about taking off a week, but I don't know how I'm going to do it, because next month, beginning of the month, is my wife's birthday, and then at the end of the month is my son's birthday. So I don't know how I'm going to.
Take it
I'll
off
be
for
there.
his. Take it off for his because my birthday is right after Labor Day weekend. So
I'll be there either one. I'll be there for either yours or nephew's birthday. I'll be there either way.
yeah, because my
One of
birthday
those
is
weekends I'll be there. I just gotta check my schedule when I get back. So
yeah,
Yeah.
because you'll
So
be my birthday is literally the Tuesday after Labor Day weekend, so you'll be off Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
that's LP's birthday. So
Yeah, I
I
know it
might come
is.
for that one. So we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
yeah. So I just need to figure out when and how long am I going to take off from work? Because I mean, not everyone knows, but I did start a new job in my at the company that I'm working with, working from home. I work with OpenStack and cloud infrastructure and whatnot, and every day is just call after call after call. And she's seeing me. I'll be getting off one meeting, going to another meeting, back to back. So in the last week, I was in training all week. I mean, it does take a toll. So that's why I'm thinking like, you know what, I need to take some time off. I need to.
Do it, man. Hey, look, what Cat Williams say? Take care of your. Ladonna tells me all the time, man. Take care of
Take
your star
care of your
player.
star player.
That's why I took them
And
ten
thanks for
weeks off,
taking off
man.
Friday. Yes, thanks.
Yeah, yeah. I took off them 10 weeks, man, because I needed that break, man. Corona or no Corona, even if I had to sit in my house for 10 weeks, so be it. I had to take that time off because I needed a break.
I
I
told you you
totally
could have came
understand.
here. I was like you could
And
come here and we wouldn't even mess with you. You got a whole TV. You got a refrigerator up there. Your
But you
own
know I had to come. But
bathroom.
with baseball season coming back up, if the Braves and the Cardinals playing, we was gonna watch it somewhere, either
Yeah,
downstairs or upstairs. We gonna watch it and talk shit. So,
yeah.
yeah,
But I was
but
just like, go for it though.
yeah.
I'll be there
Besides,
for the I'll be there for the fight. I'll be there for either the fights and nephew's birthday. Either way, I'll be there for your birthday or Tariq's birthday. So go ahead,
yeah.
boom.
Besides that, I just want everyone to be safe and be kind to one another, because we're all we got. I mean, we can't fight. You can't, like, Dre said last week. We can't have petty stuff against each other. If you got something petty, you
Facts.
got something
Big
with
facts.
someone, let it go.
Big
Like Dre
facts.
said, you won.
You won. Big
Let's move
facts.
on.
Move on.
So uh, it,
Church
it,
tabernacle, boy. I'm trying to tell you. I'm about to
it's
pass the collection plate.
it's it's what are you gonna do with that petty beef?
For right.
Like,
Too old for that shit.
what,
Too old for that shit, man.
who are you gonna tell?
Yeah.
Because whoever you tell, they're gonna look at you like, that's it.
That's it. That's all you got. Or drag it out even more. You don't need that shit.
Yeah,
Not near like not at our ages. Fuck that.
yeah,
Nah, fuck
no,
all that. So
no. It doesn't matter. You're our age or you're in the 20s.
just in
Doesn't
general,
matter.
yeah.
Doesn't
Yeah.
matter. If you got something petty, let it go. You won. Move on.
Big facts
So
right there.
you can't
Big facts.
and you can't if they bring it up, let them bring it up. You don't have to participate.
Hey man, if they say 2 plus 2 is 5, you're absolutely right. 2 plus 2 is 5.
You
Absolutely.
got it,
You are
dude.
so right.
Hmm.
You got it. 2 plus 2 is 5. I'm gonna put that in the books.
Yep. Yeah, I
So
mean that's it.
yeah. Uh
Yay! Hold on,
yeah.
hold on, hold on. The Cardinals have been cleared to play this Friday versus the Cubs. No new positive test. Bring it, bitches. We're gonna take it.
Is
Urgh.
Mel- is is
Okay,
Melina
sorry.
going is Melina gonna be there?
I don't think so. Right now,
Okay.
as of right now, I
Is
don't
he
think
in
so.
is
We
he in
have
court?
Kisner.
So all the players are in quarantine. Those ones you name, are they in
Yeah,
quarantine? Okay.
yeah. We're gonna have
Okay.
the B squad out there. So, but
Yeah.
Kisner and what's his name that was there last year? Oh, the old man from
Carpenter? Is
Weeders.
Carpenter still there?
Weeders.
Oh.
Yeah, he's our DH. He was our
Oh, okay.
DH for a while. Yeah,
Is what's the name still in your team, or did he retire, or did he get traded? Wainwright. Is Wainwright still there?
he's still there.
Okay.
This was
He's
supposed to
pitching
be,
still.
yeah, this was supposed to be him and Yachty's possibly last season together.
I thought
So
Yachty said he was
that's
gonna play. I thought he said he was gonna play
he
past
wants
2020.
he wants to play past this, but he doesn't have a contract yet.
Mm. That's gonna be tricky. Cause you think the Cardinals will sign him, or they'll just be like, nah.
No, they're gonna sign that they want to start a riot
I can see it right now. I can see it right now. My BFF in Bush Stadium with a sign says, "Sign Yachty, sign Yachty."
with the gas tank with a gas can in a hand. If you
I can
don't,
see
I'm
it.
about to light. I'm
Hey,
about to light this whole one place up.
I'm a text Boom. Hey man, what's Ladonna at? Oh, she went to St. Louis. She had to go do some shit with Yachty and shit like that. I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna see on CNN and stuff like that. So, but my part shot is I celebrated the birthday a couple weeks ago. I celebrated the birthday. Turned the big 40, the big 40. Um, but given the fact that I turned, this is a milestone in a lot of people's lives because, people in my neighborhood and people in my city, guys that look like me, they don't make it to 40. So, I reflected on that and I reflected on a lot of things growing up in. I'm just gonna follow it what I said last week and what Boom I'm gonna kind of echo what Boom said. I'm at a point in my life where if it's not good for me or if it's not helping me grow, I'm letting it go, man. For real, I'm letting it go because you know life is short. It really is. It really short. Like I said, I talked about it last week, and I'm gonna talk about it again this week. I had a homeboy, a friend of mine, who buried his dad and his the mother of his children in the same week. I mean, I couldn't even imagine going through that pain of having to bury a parent and the mother of your children in the same week. So that opened my eyes a whole lot to a lot of stuff that I was focusing on. A lot of my energy was placed on, and I was like, you know what? It's not worth my time anymore. It's not worth my energy anymore. Um, I'm trying to grow and be a better person. I have people in my corner that are seeing me grow and they appreciate, the things that I'm doing. And even when I fall, they help me get back up. They might make fun of my ass, but they eventually gonna help me back up. You know what I'm saying? So you have to have friends like that. I appreciate these two. I appreciate, Mike, Maggie. I appreciate,
Theo.
Nikki, even, you know, Phil, uh, Brian, Sean, Patrick, even Dex and Kim. You know, I appreciate those people because without them, there wouldn't be no me. Especially that one. I'm gonna brag about this one right here to this side right here. If it wasn't for her, it wouldn't be no SPN. It wouldn't be no Red Cup Rants. It wouldn't be no anything because she's the one who's gotten me to take that leap. You need friends like that to push you to see that you're great, to see that you have potential to be great. It's something that you can do. You need friends like that. Like I said, if you got friends that don't support you in everything you do, why are y'all friends? I
Exactly.
want to see all my people win, regardless of what's going on. I want to see all my people win, succeed in everything they do. Life is short to be trying to hate on the next person. That's too much energy to be worried about. And like I said before, I always support my people, whatever they're doing. They could be selling stuff, they could be singing, they could be writing, they could be doing books, whatever they doing. I'm supporting them 100%. You need friends like that in your life to elevate you. Because if you don't got friends like that, why are y'all friends? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So I
Yeah.
I've
You
said
could
it
tell
time
me.
I said it time and time again. LaDonna's the reason why all this is happening. She's the reason why SPN is where it's at right now. And don't get me wrong, I know Mike and Maggie, everybody's done put a bunch of they contributed to this network. And I'm not shading them or nothing like that, but she the one who started it. She the one who said we should get our own network instead of working for everybody else. She started this. And everybody jumped on, and this is I consider this a family. Everybody's doing their thing. Everybody is, bringing stuff to the table. Everybody's contributing in their own way to make this work. And I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful to be around a bunch of people that wants to see everybody else elevate themselves and grow. So, but
You
go
could
ahead,
tell me
LaDonna.
that you could tell me that the sky was purple and you're going to be a you're going to be a scientist one day. I would just be like, "Okay,
Yeah.
if that's what you want to do and that's what you believe, do it. Go for it." I might, question the sky is purple thing. I'm like, "You might want to move if your sky is purple." But,
Yeah.
I need you to, if your friend is not in your corner saying, go best friend,
You don't
that's
need
my
friends
best
like
friend,
that.
that's my,
You
don't,
don't need
then,
that. You don't need friends
I,
like that. You don't. You don't.
yeah,
Hey, LaDonna come to me tomorrow and say, you know what? I'm gonna go and I'm gonna apply for the Cowboys cheerleaders. I'm like, do your thing. Do your thing. I might talk shit, but I'm be like, do your thing though. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, you need friends like that. So, but that's my part shot. I'm gonna do a little house cleaning before we get off the air. You already know us, Red Cup Rants, the flagship of SPN on Tuesdays. Thursdays we got one of the hottest shows out there, Luscious Change with Miss Maggie and Miss Nikki. Catch them on Thursdays. This topic they're gonna be talking about next this Thursday coming up is gonna be pretty hot. So if you
let's
ain't
talk
got the memo
about
yet,
sex, baby. Let's talk
yeah,
about you and me. It's going to go a little bit
it
deeper than that, but I just wanted to sing Salt
it,
and Pepper.
it really is. So if you the type that likes that kind of stuff, I'm kind of I might not because my ears are kind of sensitive to that kind of stuff. But you might want to tune in and listen. It's gonna be a hot show. It's probably one of the hottest shows we got. They've been kind of holding it down while we've been on our hiatus. They've been kind of holding it down. So make sure you tune in on Thursdays at 8 o'clock. Somebody tell me 8 o'clock?
Yes,
8 o'clock they
yes.
tune in.
8 o'clock Eastern. Yes, you're right.
8 o'clock Eastern time. On Saturday, Fridays,
On Fridays.
Fridays. They have a RCR 2.0 with the homie Mad Mike and Kevin and Jew. Miss Maggie might jump on there from time to time. We decided that we're gonna split Red Cup Rants into two shows because that's how hot it was. We split it up, and Mad Mike and Kevin and Jude. If you missed the show last week, they had a former Falcons player on there last week. It was a pretty dope show. So check it out. From Fridays from 8 o'clock too as well. Ladonna, eight
Yep.
o'clock as well. 8 o'clock
Mhm.
as well. Saturday, the boys Sean and Patrick, they hold down the fort on the weekend on the Hodgepodge show. I was on there last week. It was a pretty dope show with them last week, man. They they're pretty live. They're pretty local. So I think they're 8 or 9. I
They
think they're
are
from. I
9
think they're 9
Eastern.
p.m. to
9
11.
Eastern.
Yeah, 9 p.m. Eastern time.
Yeah.
And we got some other great shows coming up. Phil, once he gets his schedule down, he's going to start doing a wrestling show, and
Mhm.
that's going to be we're going to figure out. Stay tuned for that. And I think Brian might be coming too as well. I don't
Next
know
year, he's gonna
next
come
year.
in next year. Yeah.
Next year he'll be there.
I
So
don't
hey,
know, hubby. Are we doing a cowboy show anytime soon? Or are you
oh
just
yeah,
trying to wait to
yeah. Are y'all
see?
gonna do the chain
Are we
reaction?
trying to? Are we doing chamber? I know. Are we going? But are you waiting to see if we have a season?
They're gonna wait to see we have a season. I'm not gonna do it just for practice. I mean, it's practice.
Yes,
Tariq, hit
but
him.
if they do,
Why?
if we do have a season, if we do have a season, chain reaction with Boom and Ladonna. I'm telling you right now, if you're a Cowboys homer and you want to hear all don't tune into
Or
the
you hate
show,
us. Or
or
you
you
hate
hate
it.
us. Yeah,
Just tune
if
in.
you tune in if you like it or hate it, tune in anyway. Tune in anyway. You know what I'm saying? And Ladonna, are you gonna do the fantasy thing as well or no?
I am not doing a fantasy show this year, but I am still going to do my fantasy blog.
Okay.
And I'll probably come out Wednesdays because I want you to have info. If we do, this is all about if we do have a season. I want to help you on Thursday night games, who to have in, who to not have in. Um, but I'm going to have, like I said, it's going to be on Thursdays. Um, I'm probably going to have it in a couple different areas, just to try to get it out there.
Okay.
So, but yeah,
So
that's what I'm gonna do.
like I said, man, we're taking off right now. We're trying to get everything off the ground. We got everything's moving according to plan. So like you said, like Mike says, either get on or get rolled on. Either way. So with that being said, I appreciate everybody tuning in with us. We'll see you guys next week.
Peace out.